All right, man. Welcome everybody, man. It is the Hugo Monster. We are broadcasting live here from Montoy Studios, as you can see. I got my man Limit Break here on the left. I am the Hugo Monster, and we're gonna be talking about the album Checks in the Mail coming out, and we're also just gonna be interviewing each other, making sure you guys get to know what we did to get this album done, who we are, where we come from, and what we're going to do. All right. I know this is probably our second take, but let know people know where you're from. Let me break.
All right. Well, yeah. Originally, I'm from from San Diego. I moved here when I was like 8 years old, so I've been living here for many years.
Okay.
I'm getting up there now, so yeah, I've been here for a minute.
Oh man, when did you move from San Diego to the Bay?
Like 1984, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. I won't ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm getting up there, but yeah.
Okay.
So my family we moved here from Southern California, and I lived in Pacifica.
Okay. Okay.
For till I was like in the 7th grade. Then I moved out to like Antioch and Pittsburgh, and then from there I moved to Corona, California.
Oh, where?
And then when I finished high school out there, I moved to San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. But my family had been in like my grandma and uncle. They were in the city that whole time, and so I had family here. That's why I kept going back and forth.
Okay.
And
Okay. All right. Let me do something real quick because I just want to make sure that we catch you.
We good? We good?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool. There we go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let me turn you over here.
What we could probably do too is like take that section and normalize it.
Yeah. That's actually what I was gonna do too. Like just up the volume on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been a resident for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I came from. When did I move to San Francisco? I was there from a baby until about 3rd grade. I used to live in 21st in Florida, man, in these apartment complex. Like I have like this idea of like one day this is when people say they remember when they're like 3 or 2 or my first memory of ever being alive was waking up in this apartment. The apartment had blue walls, and I just happened to know that I was hungry and my mom was calling me, and I always feel like that was the day. I think I was like 7, and we lived in San Francisco for a minute. I felt the 1989 earthquake in that apartment.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
me too.
As a kid, and as a kid, you hella want to do stupid things. Like I was trying to get my grandma and mom to take me to school. I want to go to school. I want to see how the earthquake feels at the school.
Right. Oh shit.
Or just try to be around. I don't know, man. Try to do some stupid shit just to be experienced.
Yeah.
But you don't know what you're doing when you're 7. But yeah, man. So how long you been making beats?
I started making beats like let's see, probably 1999. I bought an MPC.
Oh shit. Okay.
So and I fucked around with it for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But before I had an MPC, I had some turntables, and just doing a lot of scratching, and just kind of like trying to practice, like build my skills or whatever. But I always wanted to make beats first. Like that's the thing. I always wanted to sample records and make beats before I even learned how to scratch or anything. I always wanted to be a producer.
Oh, dope.
Because before I even had turntables, I was a tape collector.
Okay.
And I was buying records and buying tapes before I had any equipment. I would just listen to the stuff on my dad's stereo.
Oh, dope.
So I had like a really actually a fucking huge collection of just music when I was young. And I would even like make tapes for people, like just demos. Not demos, but I would dub everything for everyone. Everything I bought, like I would just make a copy for people. You know what I mean?
You would give it out the bootleg.
Yeah. So I would even go to the they had like these swap meets or whatever back in the day, and then I would buy like the bootleg tapes. I didn't know any better. I was just a little kid, so I would just buy everything because I wasn't seeing a lot of that stuff in the store. So
And the things that you were dubbing were mixes that you were making?
No.
Or just things you were listening to, and then you would just.
I would buy like all
copies?
these albums and like I would share it with people.
Oh.
That was like my thing. Like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I was a kid, like I loved to like find shit and then share it with people. Like all this music.
Yeah.
And then I started doing like the whole little, stop the dub tape thing. And I did that for a little bit, and and then I wanted to get turntables eventually. I finally was able to get my hands on one, a little mixer, and
Oh,
I had some
dope.
records. So then I start practicing, and then finally, when I got like a job and all that shit, I had a little bit of money. I bought an MPC.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
You
and
said MPC 2000, not 2000, but
2000.
yeah,
Yeah, but
okay.
my friend before that, my friend Matt, who
Mm-hmm.
went by Math, he was a producer for Anacon for a minute, and I watched him make beats for a long time.
Okay.
He would make beats on the ASR 10. I went to the Guitar Center to go buy it with him. Like I remember the day he bought it and we took it
Oh.
home, and so
Uh-huh.
that was like my experience, like learning. Like I would just watch him play with
Yeah.
the ASR, yeah, and I had some records, and then we would go buy records, together and shit, and
Oh man,
yeah,
that's tight.
it was cool, So that was my first experience with beats was probably on the ASR, but I never really learned how to like mess with it like that. But I knew like, oh, I wanted to do that. You know what I mean?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
hmm
When did you start making your own beats?
Yeah. So
Around that
like
time.
99, 2000.
Okay.
I would make like hella stuff, but I didn't
Yeah,
really like.
yeah,
I was just trying to learn, basically.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah. I was just trying to learn, and then I would learn from different people, my friend, and just practice, man, practice, and just tons of floppies with a lot of garbage on it, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Floppy
for real,
disks.
yeah.
Man, I
And
used to have homies who because I think I don't know if it was on the 2000 or on the XL, they would need the iOmega zip drives. So then I
yeah,
would, I'm a computer guy. I used to come up on those things a lot, so I would just stack them,
right.
and then they would, save their beats on there and whatnot. And I remember my homie having to have to start up the MPC by putting in the floppy disk.
hmm
So, but yeah,
Yep.
I've had to help my friends upgrade theirs, like put SIM memory cards in their shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
I did all that stuff. When I bought mine, upgraded the memory, and yeah, the whole thing. When you first start out, just you learn the machine,
yeah,
like
man.
what it takes to like make stuff, and just how to
For
get
real,
around.
dude.
Yeah,
And a lot of the time, like I remember the first time I recorded into a computer. So I had like this compact Presario, and all I knew was that in order to get audio into this thing, was I needed to get a sound card. This 1394 sound card. I forget who made it, but it was a PCI card. You stick it in, and it had analog. So then what I did was I went to the Guitar Center, and I bought this preamp, and so I would record. I would hook up the mic to the preamp, and then through some quarter inch connected to the RCAs in the back of the SIM card, and I was able to record. And just I was just happy to get some nice quality audio because before that I was just using like a Radio Shack long mic,
hmm
rapping over like a co-edit. But that was like in 2001. But all I knew was like, okay, I didn't know like the specifics. All I
hmm
knew was that I needed this sound card. It had some RCAs and it had some ins, and if I could get it out and a microphone to record into the computer, then it should work. And it worked
right,
for what I wanted to do at the time.
right.
But a lot of the time, did I know what the fuck I was doing at first? No, you just fuck around and find out. Yeah,
That's exactly what I did.
yeah,
I remember I would ask the stupidest questions to my
yeah,
friend, like, how do I do this? Like, when I chop it, how do I do that? Even the stupidest shit, like, how do I save this song and make it load up correctly?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, it was just like a whole learning
Uh-huh.
process. Because I remember when I bought the MPC, I was like, dude, I don't even want to read this manual. There's too many words in here, too many pages. I just want to turn it on and
Yeah.
like make something. You know what I mean?
And that was a
But
time before YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like when you really had to just like experiment, watch
yeah,
over someone's shoulders, stay quiet while you watch them. So I mean, you can
exactly.
ask questions, but at the same time, you don't want to interrupt their workflow, but just watch and see. You know,
That's what I did. I just
dope.
watched. Yeah, I always just watched my boy like make stuff, and then you just kind of catch on.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I remember the first day that I brought my sampler home, I was like, okay, I know I need drums, so I have the records ready. I know how to chop these drums down because I watched my friend do it, and I know how
okay,
it's supposed to sound. So, and then it just gets to the point where you have to, know what to do, but then you have to like physically do it.
yeah,
And remember that
yeah,
you know how to do it.
yeah,
Sometimes you just get caught up in the whole process of it all.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
You got to put it into practice and
yeah.
shit. Yeah, man. So how'd you come up with the name Limb Break?
Oh, you know, I remember like during that time when I first started like making beats, I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and she was always playing this game, this Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
And I remember back in the day when I was like in junior high, my friend, he would give me a ride to school, and he was always in the morning before he went to school playing Super Nintendo playing like Final Fantasy,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had like this ability in the game that was called like a limit break, right? And it was like
Okay.
something like you had to like work to use it. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't just always use that ability. Like you had to like it was like a power up or whatever, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. You
so
have to like.
yeah, and then so I thought that was cool, and then one day I was just like years later I was thinking like, oh, you know, how do I, what do I want to call myself? Like what makes sense for me, you know? And then I kind of like thought about my personality and how like I always had a reputation for like kind of like blowing up and just like
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Oh
That's what
shit.
people don't.
Okay.
I'm hella quiet, I
Yeah,
know,
because
but
you're really relaxed. Like,
no, yeah.
yeah.
When I was young, I'm hothead. Like you know, if
Okay.
someone says something to me, I just like you know acting stupid and shit. Like just
Yeah.
like losing my temper, or I'll just like if I get fed up with things, and like walk out on the job. Like fuck it, I had
Okay.
enough.
Okay.
So that was like, I was like, what
Yeah.
like fits my person? I was like limit break. That was like two different things. Like I knew my whole philosophy on like getting better at like music, DJing, scratching, whatever was like I had to put in work, right? And so I
Yeah.
had to like you know grind to be able to share my music, right? Like I had to get better, you know. Like
Mhm.
everyone was you're really good, you know, around me, and like if I want to be able to share my music, I have to be like better, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like that's where limit break came from. It was like I just got to the point where like I had to like get past you
Yeah.
know all that shit. I had to like work, and like that was like my ability. It was like you know this is my like my limit break, whatever. You know what I mean?
Did you always feel like you had to have like because you kind of said it right now. Let me know if I'm wrong, but like you had to meet like a certain standard to kind of participate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even like when I was young, like I always wanted to be like a tagger and fucking like
Mhm.
you know be a graffiti artist, but I was whack, you
Mm.
know. So I remember I'll go out with my friends and they would go tagging at night, and then I wanted to do it too, but like I wasn't good enough, so they wouldn't let me do it.
Okay.
They wouldn't let me tag next to them, you know, because it
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
whack. You know what I mean? Like if someone's
You
hella
ain't
dope,
ready
and then
yet. You ain't ready.
yeah,
Let me-
yeah, you try to like come up and like do your little thing, and it like looks hella weak. You know,
Uh-huh.
it's like, what's the point? You're just
Yeah.
making like them look bad, kind of. So yeah,
Okay.
you know, I remember like I remember that it was so funny. Like one time I, you know, we're out there at night and my friends like tagging up and shit. I'm like, hey, put my name up there. Then if you're not gonna let me do it, just put my name. You know what I mean?
By
But yeah,
association.
yeah.
No, I've kind of always felt like that in a way
Mhm.
too, man. Like stepping up to like participating in battles, you know, and or participating in whatever event that I thought you needed to do to, you know, to get some people to see you do your thing,
Mhm.
you know. But yeah, man. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I always wanted to always tell the story about how I met you. You know, um, there was once IMF is a mutual homie of ours. He hit me up one time and he's like, "Yo, Hugo, man, I got this show. I think Architect was headlining that show. It was at somewhere in the city. No, in
Was it
Oakland.
Oakland?
Oakland.
Red
Yeah,
Bull?
I think so.
Gold? Something bull.
Somewhere, and I think the when we got there, we learned that the sound man had quit the day before, or
Yeah.
something, right? Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah.
there.
So I remember you and IMF trying to figure out the sound. You know, oh man, dude. And then and it was just me and Pablo were there, and I think I may have helped, but very little. I think I was like, I think this is where things go. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know how to connect shit. But long story short, we finally get the shit going, and then you ran my set. You know, and this is where I learned that Serato reads the metadata instead of the title of the file.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm doing my set, I give you the beat, I give you the set, and then everything is like out of
order.
sequence
Yeah, I
and
remember
shit.
that, yeah.
I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
you know. And then I think I've also I think I may have hit your table while I was performing, man. And I remember that show feeling like, man, dude, this is because I not only was that happening, but I don't think that the crowd was feeling me that day. And then I was like, but at the same time, I was like, you gotta finish, you know, you gotta finish. And then and after that shit was done, you know, you were like, oh, Hugo, you know, hey, my bad, man. And after that, I think you were like, hey, man, I'll send you a beat. And ever since then, you know, we've been making music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of the things that always remind me, like, you know, it's not that day tripped me out because you're not purposely trying to fuck shit up. You know,
Right.
it's and I'm pretty sure you ran into individuals where it's like, why ain't you got my shit ready and all that shit, you know? And it's like one of them things is like where cool heads prevail, you know, because in reality, it was an interesting show, but it's like it's just what started that day. You know, it could have gone like in a bad direction. Like, hey, nah, I'm not. You know, acted up or whatever and made you not want to fuck with me ever again. But at the same time, I think as people trying to just make sure shit sounds right, we're all on. I learned that we're all on the same playing field.
Yeah.
Like we're all trying to just make sure shit work.
Yeah.
And that just when I think back about it, I was like, damn, man. Out of that situation came out, we started making. I think one of the first songs we ended up making was the one off of On Reign Supreme. The one with Feed Me Beats.
Feed Me Beats. That's right.
Yeah.
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 That was like one of my best experiences, actually.
Yeah?
Like me and IMF, we talk about that a lot. Like, because we didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's one of the first shows that I've actually ever done, like performed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
shit.
we were doing a couple. That was, I don't even know, the Grime Status, was it out already?
I think so.
I think it was out,
yeah,
but I hadn't done that many personally.
Mhm.
IMF, he's done hella shows.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
many
yeah.
years, like, but so I was still new to the whole like performing thing, and
Mhm.
and then just throwing a show. Like I was like, I didn't
Yeah,
even know
yeah.
what to do, and then became the sound man, and we were just like pushing buttons.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
were just trying to make it all work, and then even like with the whole Serato thing, like I just started using it,
Word.
because I became the DJ because I had to.
Yeah. Out of necessity.
I just made beats.
Yeah.
I would just wanted to be the producer, but then it was like, well, we have to do shows now, and so I have to be the DJ. So
Yeah.
I had to learn this whole
This
thing,
program. and
yeah,
shit.
and just how to run a set and perform and all that stuff and be comfortable doing it. So I remember that's why I said that, because I felt like I was fucking up. I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just out, trying to do my best or whatever, But that was a dope experience, man. It was cool, and we met a lot of,
Yeah, man. That
that's where
shit.
we all met and everything. It was,
Yeah,
it was
dude.
dope. Super
Yeah,
dope.
man. I made
Yeah.
what is that? Made a bad situation into a good thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That shit was dope. And I always liked your beats too, man. Because
Thank you.
the first time I ever heard I don't know the fucking first song off of Grime Status, but when I heard that beat, I was like, oh, I'm in the car, and then the bass just consumes you and shit, and you're like, I'm calling up Pablo, like, you hear Limit Break shit, and then, you got fucking IMF over it, and he's always in the pocket, and it's just like a perfect combination, man, of beat, and of lyricism and dope ass beats. It's just dope shit, man, so.
Thank you. Well, that whole time, like, what was that 2017?
Mm-hmm.
That was just like a really cool time, because a couple years before that, like, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go do it. And then
Done.
I went to high school with that fool.
Oh,
Like, we were friends before, like,
Oh,
when we were
shit.
young. Like,
uh-huh.
I remember we went on a trip to San Diego together to actually record music, like right after we graduated.
That's dope.
And like it was a trip. It was like with one of the dudes from 1200 Hobos.
Okay.
Yeah, in San Diego. Yeah. Anyways, we had like I've known that fool for like a long time, and then I
Mhm.
had lost contact with him for like years. And then just
Yeah.
one day I was like, fuck it, I need someone to rap on these beats, because
Ah.
at first I wanted
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
a beat tape, and then and I was like, nah, you know what, I need someone to rap on this shit. And so I hit him up, and then he hit me back, and then all of a sudden, like, I was in touch with him again after all
Okay.
these years. You know what I mean? It was cool.
That's
And
dope.
then like we ended up meeting you.
yeah,
We
yeah.
ended up meeting Nordic
Nordic.
One, and then M-Rock and Chef Mike, and like that whole thing
Yeah.
just like started something for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
For like our circle.
A low
you know what I
circle,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Low
It was
common
dope.
normal and shit.
Yeah.
I always think about how the fuck I met Chef Mike. Like I want to because I kind of forget. Because I remember because I've had this thing where like I think he had some beats on SoundCloud, right? I like to say that I was the first dude to rap on those beats. Being Juan, I think I rapped over first, but I think Juan ended up putting out the record with him first. But anyway, I remember like listening to one of the beats on SoundCloud, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna rap over this, and then I'm gonna send it to him and see if he likes it. And if he says he doesn't like it, then it's fine, I know. But sometimes it's good to ask, like, I guess for permission. But in my mind, I was like, if they like it, at least they could say no. I just wanted to show them, hey, I'm serious about rapping on your shit. And do you like this song? And if so, let's do some more work. And I think I kind of did that with one of your beats eventually too. I eventually learned that Nordic rapped over it first. I think it was one of the songs that we didn't put on the album, the
Right.
COVID one.
Mhm.
So yeah, man. So yeah, because you never know, man. Like I've always been of the impression like I said, like kind of like how you are, like meet a certain standard. Like I want to make sure that I cross all my I's and Q's before I present something. So the likelihood of working together again is high, You know, that's just me. You know, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, man, and it's cool to have a little because in that little crew we got cats like A. Greg, uh, um, Buzzfoot, like a bunch of. It's like the camp there is pretty dope.
Yeah, a lot of talented people.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, just a shit ton of dudes that are fucking amazing. Really,
and just doing their
I mean,
music.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So when you stepped out and then started going out to doing these shows and shit, you know, did it take you a while to get used to being uh, uh, out there doing the performing?
Yeah, I'm still not comfortable doing
Yeah.
that shit. Honestly, yeah, it's like my least favorite part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like doing it and I want to be good at it. So I,
Yeah,
I try
yeah,
to
yeah.
like be very, serious. Or no, I'm super serious about it, and I don't even try. Like I put like all my effort into like doing my best.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But I wouldn't say like I hella enjoy it. Honestly, like
Mhm.
I do enjoy it when I feel like I did well.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm always like super critical of myself, like we
Yeah,
all are,
yeah,
you know
we
what I
are.
mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, if I had my choice and I would just be like, hey, can you guys find a DJ and I'll just make beats all day, like in the thing, like I don't want to worry about your set. And,
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
from your perspective, it's a lot, man. Because you gotta worry about all the other people that want to use your equipment. Making
Yeah.
sure that they, bring all their music, and you're kind of like managing, people's habits in a way. So it's a
Yeah.
lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably making a bigger deal out of it than it is, but yeah,
No,
I
yeah, I
have
feel
fun.
you
I
though.
have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
There's
what I mean?
there's always good times when
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Even when I was knocking over your shit during the show,
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. I was like, oh man, I hope you don't get mad at me. But
God,
yeah, even after that, we did another show. We did one at Pacifica. Though for me, performing has always been kind of fun for me. It's just and it's cool when you have a DJ. Then like you back there, that also makes the beats and knows when to drop the shit and all that shit, and will come prepared and all that, man. But yeah. But that's one of the things, man. Which there's a lot of things that we do that we don't want to do that we still do to make sure we present ourselves, and that's what kind of like what checks in the mail is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you willing to do what it takes? All this unnecessary shit. Even like sometimes even promoting can get kind of annoying, But we still do it because it's a part of the gig, man. And I don't want to. Honestly, I don't want to go back and when I'm like hella old and be like, man, I could have promoted my shit more. I could have gave my shit a little bit more wings for people to see it,
Right.
So yeah. But yeah, man. So we got this album coming out. I'm not sure if it's coming out. If it's out right now, depending on when we put this show out.
Right.
But me and Limit Break, we got a nice album here called Checks in the Mail, all produced by my man right here, and it's featuring Pavo across the record, man. And I gotta say that it's one of my best works, if not my best work. And it's I'm happy to that it's finally here, man. Because there's times where I think I called you on the 1st of January, like, yo, Limit, I'm gonna get this album done, dude. And then and then you call and we're on the phone, like, yeah, man, we'll get it done. And then it's here, man. And now and now it's here. It's on vinyl. It's on tape. It's on CD, and it's on SpitSlam Records. Yeah, man. So it's a big deal,
It is definitely.
So,
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it took us a minute to make it, but I think
It's worth it.
It's worth it,
Yeah.
because I mean, there's like a good number of songs that
didn't make it.
Yeah,
man. I remember when you were like, oh, we gotta write more, and I was like, oh shit, man. Y'all hear my chihuahua in the back? That motherfucker. But oh, by the way, hold on. Oh, the songs that didn't make the album. Yeah, there was. Yeah, we had like I think 7, dude.
Yeah, there's a good amount.
Yeah.
There's even like a beat that I gave you that we never used. That's why it took a minute to make the album, because some of the songs were like hitting.
Yeah.
They were all, I liked them all, but some of them sounded like they should be together and some didn't.
Yeah, some
so
didn't.
it was basically like I needed to like find the beats that like gelled
Gelled
together
right,
better, and just like the vibe had to kind of match
yeah.
or whatever. You know what I mean?
It had to be cohesive. And the thing
Cohesive,
too, yeah, man. And one cool thing about it too, even though I was like, oh damn, I gotta do more songs. I think this is the album where I learned how to be like the most like patient.
Right.
Not that I'm an impatient person, but it's like it felt at times I was like it's more because usually I'll have all the songs and then I'll have like all control of that shit. Like I have the beats, I'll go to the studio and get it done. But in this situation, it wasn't like that. So it was a learning experience for me to just be like, let it go, let it flow, and just, when it gets done, it's gonna get done. But, I'm glad that I was able to check in with you and shit to be like, hey, what's the status and shit, because there've been situations, in my lifetime where you kind of like don't bring things up, and things never get done, and then you just never end up doing. Like even when I did the trial and error, I hit you up. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna put this, because I think you were also working on Nordic's album, right? At the same time, so we didn't want to promote two albums at the same time. So then I was like, hey, so in the meantime, then I'll put this other record out while we still work on this. And then after I got done with that record, we came back and we started adding more songs to this one. Which at the end, man, I really like the flow of the album, and yeah, man, and the features on the album,
Me too.
Yeah. And big up to Pablo too, man, because he's mainly on it too. I know he's very shy. He doesn't like being on the camera, but we'll get him on here, and he can give his 2 cents about everything, But yeah, man.
I was happy that we were able to have him on there.
Yeah, man, me too, man.
Because like in the beginning, I was like, yeah, like I gotta have Pablo on here too with you.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It's like I just felt like it wouldn't be right without him on there somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had to like come in there and be like the dude that kind of added that
Yeah,
extra, like,
man.
flavor or whatever. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
He is the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
To the big pasta sauce that is Hugo Monster.
Because I think
Yeah,
his voice just sounds so dope on the hooks too.
Yeah, man.
Besides being like dope on with the
On the
pen
rhymes.
and the lyric,
Yeah, his hook game is dope, man.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking about. I can never figure out what the hell he was saying on One Less Thing, because there's like in the hook he says escape, but I always felt like it says instinct. Like on the hook it goes. I think I had wrote it down. Give me a second, because I told him, hey man, I don't know what the hell are you saying, dude. Let's see, Break of Dawn. It's tight when the fool just says me. Oh yeah, that's what he used to be called, was Break of Dawn. So
Right.
I still have him on the phone like that. Oh yeah, so it goes. You hear the voice getting louder and want to turn it off. Look for escape. Yeah, saying the
Right.
world is better off. So yeah, a lot of the time I've misheard lyrics a lot of the time. So when I was like, oh, that's what he's saying, and so sometimes, I was like, it sounds like you saying it stink. Well, I was like, yeah, well, I kind of say it that way because it's too many syllables, and it'll throw off the thing. And I was like, that's funny because I did that shit too, because I can't say the word on that same song. I say, what do I say on the verse? I go, miss you with that suicide line and all that bullshit. Real rappers be giving you a tool to cope, in some ways invigorating hope.
Right.
Nowadays, practically.
Like handing you a rope.
Yeah. So I say practically instead of practically, because I can't pronounce it, and I felt like if I said it right, I'd throw the beat off. So and I was happy to hear that he does the same shit too. So I was like, okay, cool.
I didn't notice. It sounds dope to me.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and the thing I think he was mentioning to me was like cadence over proper English.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's music.
Yeah. It's
You know what I
music,
mean?
dude.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I was actually thinking about a song that my kids were singing today that has that doesn't make any sense, but we know it. But it just goes past my head. But yeah, man, I totally agree, man. Having Pablo on there was, and he kind of rejuvenated the project too. Like, yeah, man. So and it was tight, man. Like I'd come in here, I'd record like in this place right here, and then I'll send him over the shit, and then he'll record his part, and then we'll send it over to you, and I think you send it over to Deegan, who
Right.
makes the album. Big up, shout out to Deegan.
Yeah. Shout out to Deegan.
What, I never told you, but I felt bad that when we went and recorded, I was trying to have a conversation with him while he was trying to eat.
Oh,
yeah, dude. Man's trying to eat his burrito, and I'm over here
Right.
trying to, I guess, talk more about whatever the fuck we were talking about, the mix.
Sometimes
like,
you gotta leave Deegan alone.
Eat, right? But yeah, man, that was pretty cool, man. I think that was also the first time when he's on here. Juan is Pablo. I think that was the first time he actually was at a studio, and I think that was the first time me and him ever went to a studio. That was like a really cool hip hop day for us. Like, oh, we're gonna go to the studio,
Right.
because we're so used to rapping in our garages or in our closets or in our
Yeah.
house, and to finally,
And that shit's dope.
step out together and go
Yeah.
somewhere is tight. Yeah.
That's how I felt. Like, yeah, because I was doing everything in my garage
Mm-hmm.
before, I went to the studio or whatever. And then when I met, actually, when I did Grime Status with IMF, like, we went to a small studio, and
Yeah.
that was like a hella cool experience because I got to figure out, like, kind of how to communicate with the engineer,
Dope.
you know?
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
I
what I
know.
mean?
I remember when you were there, you had like color coded cables to connect your, I think, I don't know, was it the MPC to his computer so you can
Yeah.
export the shit. I was
Mhm.
like, ah, shit,
Yeah.
and it was cool to see that shit because Deegan was very, like y'all. I could see the dynamic y'all had. Like, okay, they know each other, they know how they work, and
Right.
and it's no like, oh, hurry up, do this, or it's like
Oh,
this. It's
yeah.
very calm and it's dope. Like that rapport you
Yeah.
have is nice.
Yeah. So, like, with Deegan, when I met him, like, I learned a lot from that guy because, like,
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to be, like, just more professional and, like,
Yeah,
on my shit. You know what I mean? I remember
dope.
the first time when I recorded uh, the first project, like, I kind of went in with, like, winging it a lot of time. You know what
Okay.
I mean? Like, I just,
Mm-hmm.
was like, it was more like I was at home, and I was just trying to figure shit out. Then when I met Deegan, it was like he was, we're on the clock, and I have to
Yeah.
make sure I have all my shit ready.
Mm-hmm.
I have to know, like, what I want to do and
Yeah.
how to tell him. That's like one of my strong. It's not one of my strong suits to really communicate like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
like in detail. I'm just like kind of quiet, whatever. But so like he taught me like kind of how to like I need to communicate with him what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
feel,
yeah.
and then feel comfortable telling him
Mhm.
because he knows what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
been doing it for years. He's been working with like a lot of like well-known people, so it's cool like to be able to learn from someone like that. That's why I like, I know a lot of people like to do it on their own, and mix everything by themselves.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I love that
Yeah,
shit too.
yeah.
But I really like working with someone that has their expertise in something.
And
You know
that
what I mean?
exactly, I
You know,
feel you, man. I
Yeah,
100%
like
feel you, dude.
I'm okay with that. Like,
Mhm.
just let me make the beat, and then I know how I want it to be in the end.
Mhm.
So I'm still with you. We're still working on this together. But like you know how to like
You know how to make it
make
pop.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you know how it's supposed to be.
I need to learn how to like basically tell you what I
Mhm.
want, and then you're gonna be able to do it. But it's a lot on me being able to explain.
Communicate that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you're still working. You know what I mean.
Mhm.
You're not just sitting back and letting someone push all these buttons and shit. Like you gotta like pay attention. You know what I mean.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah,
dude.
because sometimes there's been times when like he's kind of like done some things, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh wait, I didn't want that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
but
Mhm.
that falls on the person. You gotta like,
Yeah,
be able
yeah.
to tell what you want.
Yeah, no, for real, man, and let them know exactly what time. Like sometimes you got to make it easy for people to understand you. Like at least when I was trying to communicate with him over email, but like, hey, at this time, I'll send the little time frames so they ain't gotta search for shit. Which reminds me, I think I still gotta send them the stuff for the clean versions. But yeah, like okay, like figure out exactly what needs to be done at what time, so that way they don't spend time searching for shit.
Exactly.
Make it easy for them. But no, I feel you, man, because like I used to mix. I think I mixed my very first album like in 2005, Unleashed. And then I started trying to get back into mixing. Like I think in like 2012, 2013. I think the last time I really mixed a record was like 2017. But I was never confident in it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I'd spend like fucking 4 hours trying to mix a verse, and it sounded cool. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, it's not really done by somebody that knows what he's doing.
Mhm.
So when I take it and have it mixed by somebody else, that alleviates that pressure off of me. And then in my mind, how we were talking about you wanna meet a certain standard. Okay, in my mind, okay, now it's mixed professionally, or it's mixed not by me, but it sounds like it's mixed by somebody who knows how to do it. So now when people hear it, they're not. The last thing I'm gonna hear is like it's a bad mix. It's either a good or a bad song.
Right, right,
And mixing isn't even in my fucking conscience or shit. So, but yeah, man, that's dope. Yeah.
Collabing with people is like the funnest thing.
Yeah, man.
Like when you get everyone like kind of knows what they're doing, and
Yeah.
they
And you got to be open to do that shit too. You can't, like you said, man. You got to put yourself in positions to be open to go into the studio. So you just know, because that's what rappers do, right? At some point, rappers go to the studio. You know what I'm saying? And you wanna see how that is. Just like I would think about like when I, rappers battle, rappers perform, rappers, you know, musicians do certain things, and I want to do those things that they do because, in my mind, I've always registered as one of the, I guess, parameters or prerequisites or things that they do to get where they want to go
Mm-hmm.
or to be a real musician. Like I think if you're a rapper, you should be out there performing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, but yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, man. So how you feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Got the jitterbugs out, man.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah. You got me in front of the camera, man, and the mic. Like I don't know how you did this, yeah, but
I was
here.
like, dude.
I'm here now.
I know, right, man? It's fun, man. Like, honestly, I'm just happy to hopefully, like all this shit, man. Like when I was telling you, hey, Lemon, man, what I want to do is I want to, like do like a little interview in the garage. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I had all this shit. Like I found these lights, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to buy new lights. Let me inventory the garage, and then I found a lot of shit. I found this old ass tripod, which apparently is like very sturdy, and is probably the sturdiest one holding the camera up right here.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of the time, you just gotta try and fail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just gotta do it.
That's how it is with making beats. You gotta like try.
Yeah, dude.
And like fail. Well, that's with everything, kind of.
Yeah,
you just
man.
gotta do it,
Yeah, because I bet you got hella throwaway beats. I have hella throwaway rhymes.
I have like boxes and boxes of floppies that will never, I'll never use them for anything because it's,
Yeah,
it's just failed. But it's the practice.
The
You know what I
practice.
mean, that's what it is. It's all like, just like the repetition.
Yeah.
You try to get better or whatever.
It's funny you just brought a memory to me because I think one of the songs on the album, I think it's not too many MCs. Foot on Necks.
Yeah.
That beat was a part of another song that we did that we didn't use, and you ended up using to fix that song because it just sounded better over that song, right?
Yeah. Well, the beat.
Tell him, son.
Tell him. The beat I gave you at first, like
Yeah.
when I remember when I made that beat, I was like, oh, I really like this, But I
Uh-huh.
think I like the sample,
Yeah.
and it didn't sound right. Like
Yeah.
for the
It's a different
drums,
song.
the drums and everything, it didn't connect the way I wanted it to. So I was like, you know what? I think I just have to simplify it more. I'm gonna use the same sample, but I'm gonna use like different drums.
Yeah.
And then the beat, the original beat for that song,
Yeah.
I liked it, but it just wasn't exciting enough or emotional enough for me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it didn't.
It needed to grab you on.
Yeah, like in some way, like
Yeah.
it just was like a beat. It didn't really like grab you in any type of way. So I was like, let me change it. I'll keep I kept the drums, but I changed some of the drum sounds and I just added some more shit, and then I re-chopped the piano sample and all that.
Yeah,
And then it worked. It was like it's a
Yeah.
lot better. That's the thing. Like sometimes like you make something, like those drums. I had it from another beat, like from a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
That I remember I tried to give someone and it just didn't work out. But I was like, but I really like the way I programmed the drums, so I kept the drums, the sequence, and all that. And then the one I had, for you, I was like, oh, I could put those together. So I just, took all that old material and just like put them together and just kind of
Wasn't Exposed like a song you had, a beat you had for a minute too?
That's an old ass beat.
Yeah.
But that's like one of my favorite beats. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like I really like because I think with that one.
Do you see beats in colors, dude? Like sometimes I'll hear a beat and I'll get like a color. Like for example, when I hear Foot on X, I get purple.
I can see that. Yeah,
it's just like a little moody, like I said, like if we ever did a video for that one, we'd have to shoot it in the rain.
Right. Well, there's water. No one's hurt, but there's water in there.
Oh, interesting.
There's rain.
Okay.
You can't. You have to really pay attention, but it's in there.
Yeah, you do drop some
Yeah.
subtle hints. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I hear some little transformer sounds,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit. And I think I heard a Street Fighter sample in there somewhere.
What? There's a sound from the anime, the Naruto.
Okay. Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's in there.
Dope.
It's like that Sasuke, right? When he does that,
Mm-hmm.
he puts you in that like trance, make you think like you're seeing something you're not.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's like kind of what you're saying too in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
song, right? Like you're
Yeah.
talking about these MCs, like they think.
Yeah, they think they know where they're going, or
right,
something,
right.
but it's
And that's
yeah.
why I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. You know what I mean?
So did you add that like after or like
Yeah,
it was
after,
already-
after,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
I was like,
okay.
oh, that shit might fit in there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because there's a that's one thing I really like about like a lot of your production. Like there's a lot of layers, like some real hidden sounds. I'm like, oh shit. I barely realized I was like I said, like a transformer transforming. Like or like I think I heard I don't know if it was R2D2,
There's R2D2
Yeah,
in
there was
one of
him.
them. We
Oh
didn't
shit!
use
I was
that
like,
one, but he's in there.
okay. I was like, oh
Maybe
shit,
one day.
but like, oh
Yeah.
shit, But
Mhm.
it's very subtle, and it's
Yeah.
not so obvious. It's very subtle, and it's like very slick,
Oh, thanks, man.
But yeah, like, and I think like motivation, like I think we went to like 10 mixes to that shit. Like I know that Limit Break.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, he really go. He it isn't just a one time thing. He'll go back and he'll revise things, And that's another thing I had to get used to too. Because in my mind, I'm like, I think it's done, dude. You know. But at the same time, it's like you probably hear something I don't hear, and like how we let the engineer do his thing because you got that's your expertise. So I'm like, okay, just let him cook, Hugo. He
Yeah.
knows what he's doing. So it's like it's because I've never had ambition to be a producer.
Yeah.
Just because I made like 3 beats in my life, dude, and it was on Fruity Loops. And I think one of them beats sounded like an East Sider song, but it's like I don't know why, man. It's just I'm too much in front of a computer to want to be on a computer,
Yeah. For you.
So maybe one day, but it seeing people make beats, do beats is very tight,
Yeah.
So.
But like going back to that motivation song, like
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why I wanted to fix it is because I hella liked the song.
Mm.
Like the hook, the lyrics, everything. I was like, damn, this is dope. Like, but the beat just wasn't there yet, and I was like,
Because it hits now.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot better, So I was like, I need to fix it. Like you know, because you guys like killed it on the verses and everything. So I was like, fuck. Well, the beats got to be better. You know what I mean? So
That's what's up.
That's why like I kept trying to go back to it.
And it's funny too, man, because after you, like, I have to remind myself, it's like, Hugo, you're not gonna remember how the original one sounded like, and I don't. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like I mean maybe you do, but like it's like when I go back and hear like the original, I was like, damn, it's so different. The new one slaps,
Yeah,
So
it just had to be like more impactful, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To go along with what you guys were talking about, right?
Mhm.
Motivation and like
yeah,
just kind of getting up and like
get up
like,
and do shit,
yeah.
man.
So
Yeah, man. So, any particular songs that are your favorite on the album?
I like them all, but I mean,
That's what's up.
yeah.
All of them, all of them.
No, but there's like I
Uh-huh.
like something different about them all. Like obviously, I love One Less Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a really like powerful message to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I love that song.
That's
Like
what's up.
just the emotion of it. Checks in the Mail is fucking.
Man, that
a
was the
dope,
last song on the album,
yeah,
Joe.
that's a super dope song. And one of my favorites is the one where you. I'm sorry, what is that called? Landmine.
Landmine.
Just cracks me up. And when people finally hear it, like I just think it's hella funny. It's just, but
Step other than Landmine. It's funny,
Yeah.
dude. I recorded that song. This is why I stopped eating at nighttime, dude. Like, I can't go to sleep. So I woke up at like 2 in the morning. I was like, fuck it, man. I gotta go finish this verse. And it was that song. And then I recorded it inside of here at 3 in the morning. And then I sent it over to Juan. And I think Juan was telling me, hey, what the fuck are you rapping about, Hugo? And I'm like, I think I'm rapping about CM Punk, man. Because it was one of my favorite wrestlers that had just he had left for a long time, and then when he came back, he dropped the promo, and I felt like, damn, man, he just dissed everybody who liked him in the WWE, and yeah. But anyway, I just got him. I guess it's whatever, but it's funny how what wrestling makes me do, but yeah, man. And then I recorded that and sent that over to him, and then once he heard that, I was like, oh, okay, and then yeah, it's funny sometimes, man, because a lot of the time when me and Juan rap, 'cause we've been rapping like forever, dude. Like we kind of like know each other, man, and it's
Yeah,
like
for
it's,
sure.
it's like, and it's weird sometimes. Like even today, I called him and we were talking about, I forget exactly what we were talking about, but I remember me and him having the same answer for it, like or the same joke. Punchline to what we were talking about, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's exactly what I was about to say." But it happens a lot. Like when I think about Pablo, like he's actually on like my very first album, like because he is a dude that when we were kids, he's older than me, and he was like, and I always want to kind of like hang out with him because he was rapping before me, and so I was like, "Ah, man, I want to do what he's fucking doing," I don't want to look like him, but but. I want to do what he does because I think what he does is dope. And like on the very first album. He's the intro, and it's called Break of Dawn. And now to be doing a practically a whole another album with him is tight because we did an album together back in 2010, produced by I think produced by Charlie Giant Chinggis. So, but yeah, to be still doing music with him is tight because it's like making music with your friends, and making music with your friends is easy, you know, and, you know. So, yeah,
yeah, you guys have like that chemistry. You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear it throughout the record too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's actually one of the things I really like about it. How like connected
yeah.
it is. You know,
Boy, Pop was an animal.
yeah,
Looks like one
dope.
too.
Yeah. But yeah, that one, Landmine, I like that one a lot.
Dope.
I was trying to figure out what you guys talking about too, actually. But just like the stuff you were saying was hella funny to me. So I was like, are they talking about a female? Like, what, I think so.
I think I dropped some shit like in there too. You know, like
right.
Yeah, just you know, I guess women have expectations and you're not meeting them, and
right,
or whatever the fuck. But yeah, man, you gotta listen to it to get the details.
Right, that's
you
right.
know, but yeah.
But there's another. What's the other one? It's like the one we were talking about, like the wrestling match or whatever. Raw Deal.
Raw Deal.
I like that one a lot
Raw
too.
Deal. Yeah,
That's
I was trying to play with my voice in that one.
You did. It sounds super dope.
Yeah, someone said you sound like you sound nasally. I was like, yeah, because I was trying to do what Biggie did on Give Me the Loop. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you sound like very demonstrative, kind of.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like like you just like
a beast like
up. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, like you just
powered ogre.
Up. You just turned into
ogre with a hunchback.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It came out dope, and then you know we got to work with people we never worked with before. You know, we got MC Wicks on there. You know, that was pretty tight.
Yeah, MC Wicks is super dope.
You know, and then of course we got IMF on there. Rapping on IMF is pretty dope. You know, IMF is sick. And then we got Blueprint on the record, man.
Yeah,
man, that is pretty dope.
Yeah.
So oh yeah. So while you're here, man, I actually wanted to show you something. You know, and then this is I've been holding out on my brother here, Limit Break. He probably gonna hate me, but here we're gonna get candid reactions and shit. You don't hate me, dude. But here you go.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it up on the yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's too clean, man. You know what? Save that for me. I gotta watch it, in private.
Oh shit!
I gotta watch it in private, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta
all right,
be
man.
in my zone.
There you go.
I can already tell it's super dope.
Oh, dude.
Now I knew from like the Instagram stories and all that. Like, I was like, this is gonna be sick. Cause I mean, his the previous videos he did recently, I'm like, damn, those are dope. You know? What I mean?
Man. Yeah.
So I already knew it was gonna be sick.
Yeah, dude. Blueprint, like he's very efficient, man. Like, man, I sent them the record. I think on and you know, like it's funny how we like did that feature, right? Like we had I was like, yo, I'm gonna just send him the verse, and then the verses and the beat. And you're like, no, Hugo, wait, let's mix it right, and then we send it to him.
Right.
And I was like, you're right, because it's like you want to make like a first impression. Right. You want to put it up to standard, because you know we were professionals, man.
Right.
You know, and then we sent it to him on Friday, and then I had it back on a Saturday. Like him and Logic are fucking quick, you know. But it's like. I was like, damn, dude. And then as soon as I heard it, I sent it to you. It was like midnight.
Yeah, I remember I listened to it. I was like, damn, this is perfect.
Yeah, dude.
Like just the vibe was like perfect. I remember I sent him a message. I was like, dude, thank you. You know, I forget exactly what I said, but it was something along the lines that I really liked the way you like, you know, you approached the beat and the song and everything, and just the vibe was like perfect. The voice and you know just the words he said and everything.
Yeah,
I was like.
The one line
this
I always
is like some dope underground shit. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck yeah.
Dude, the line that always kills me is the one where he says, praying, working from your couch, praying that it counts. Something like that. Something like that. I may have messed it up. Yeah, that shit always makes me laugh. Because it be like that too, man. You know, it's like, you got to get up out there, man, and really try it out too. It's like, I'm all about following up, like going up there, rocking, failing if you did, and keep on going, dude, because it's like like the way to get over a bad show is to do another show.
Yeah.
You know, it's just how it is, man. It's just like, and then you gotta like, it's like you gotta. For me, performing is like you gotta be prepared, be respectful of people's time.
Right.
You know, because they're there to see you, and they never seen you, and you know, and they're probably not even there to see you. They're probably
Right.
there to see someone else. So you got to be like effective with your time. You got to make sure you engage them, and you don't waste their time, and you don't, you
Right.
know, fucking.
I
Yeah.
feel the same way. I
Yeah.
mean, like we were talking about the people that are kind of like in our circle, right?
Mhm.
Like you're talking about performing. Like for me, like when I hear someone else's beat, like when they put out a beat tape or whatever, a couple, you know, like a lot of the people that are in the Common and Normal and all that, like I'm like, damn, like this shit's sick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like sometimes, like fuck, like I need to go back and practice. You know
No,
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like when I hear like I see like Greg's videos and Chill the God. Like I listened to most of his releases, and then of course Chef Mike, like all that shit. I'm like, damn, like
Yeah.
I can't even do this shit. Like I need to like
No, I feel
go
you.
back. You know,
When
and, like,
when I hear Juan Pablo, I'm like, God damn it, man.
yeah,
You
but that's
know?
good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's-
you need that.
You need that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
like reminders, man.
Yeah,
and
because there's a hella dope people out there.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people don't realize. Like how many fucking dope people are
Yeah.
out there, bro. There's
Yep.
hella dope people
yeah,
out there.
you aren't the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you aren't
There's
you're the
there's
only
so
one. You
many
know what I'm
fucking-
saying?
I remember like when IMF first played me M-Rock's tape, and I was like, damn, like this is sick. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, who is this? And then, then Chef Mike and just everyone, like I was like, damn, and even the people like that were on Get Down Records too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Peter, by the way.
Peter.
Get Down Records. We forgot to mention him. That he was like, he was the one that hit me up about everything.
Dope.
I remember I was about to go to Florida on vacation with my kids, and then he sent me this message like about like putting out some music, and that's the first person that's ever hit me up about like damn, that's cool. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, shout out to him. But all the people that he was working with, and just so many dope people, man. Like you really gotta like keep building your skills, bro, because it's just
and learn from people too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes like try this cadence out, try taking out, or like when folks say, hey man, maybe drop a word or two. That's happened with me and Pavel. Like Pavel be like, hey, this you're off beat, dude, or some shit like that. But like, okay, cool. So yeah, man, and it's cool to just rock with other folks too, man, just for fun too, just so like you can just see how do you sound on this beat? Can you flip this beat? Sometimes it's challenging too,
right.
So, but yeah, man, I think we're good. Me and Limit, we're gonna get into some performances. And make sure you guys stay tuned. Say what's up in the comments. This is Checks and Balances, a name I just came up with today. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just we just roll with the punches, man. And this is a full production produced by me and Limit right here, man. So yeah, we'll see you soon. And yeah, all right. You guys want to give any shout outs or anything before we cut?
Shit, yeah. Shout out to IMF, Nordic One.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy
the Outsider
B's,
Syndicate.
Yeah.
Tell 'em.
Everyone, man. Everybody.
man.
Who am I thinking? I mean, there's just too many people. Yeah,
Too
shout out
too
to
many
everyone.
people.
Shout out to all my friends. You know what I mean?
There
To my
you
kids.
go.
Shout out to my kids.
Shout out to
you
my
know?
kids, man. The other day I was here rehearsing, and then my son, he gets on that chair you're sitting, and then he puts his arm on my shoulder, and when they're doing the hook to a song, and that shit was so dope. Like dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah. Every once in a while they'll repeat the hooks. And, sometimes they say if the kids repeat the hooks, it's a good hook, and I'm like, oh okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my daughter, she likes it's one of the last songs on the album. But
Oh yeah, big up to M-Rock too, because we got a song, a beat of his on the album too.
That's right. See,
Yeah.
Yeah, shout
man.
out to M-Rock.
M-Rock.
He killed it. He's always
Yeah.
killed it, man.
Always,
It's
man.
amazing.
Yeah, man. So make sure you get the record, SpitSlam Records. We got the album for sale, HugoMonster.com. You go there, it takes you to where you got to go to get the shit. So we got it on vinyl, we got it on tape, we got it on CD, the whole nine. This is independent hip hop released on SpitSlam Records. Me, Limit Break, featuring my brother Pavo. Yeah, peace. Thank you for watching. If you support what we do, if you enjoy independent hip hop, go to HugoMonster.com and get your copy of Checks in the Mail featuring Pavo, produced by Limit Break on SpitSlam Records. Thank you, and I appreciate your support.